Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday train time. Hope you guys are all keeping well. It's a stormy one here in Donegal, so I wouldn't be surprised if I disappear tonight. It all goes black because the lights have been flickering, the internet's been dropping in and out, the window over here is bowing in and out. It's very, very gusty and windy here tonight. Yeah, so if I disappear, that's why. Hi to anybody who's watching this on replay, and let's see who's in the chat. Let's pull up my trusty phone and go back as far as I can. Oh, RGJ Trains is first off there. Good evening, guys. And he's put the link in for the form for the moderator awards, which I've pinned a link to the top as well. So if you haven't put your entry in yet, do it. You've got until Sunday to get it in, which is 30th. Tom Houston Motherwell, good evening. Summer Breeze Motherwell, good evening. John Holly. Leslie Gilpin Railways, good evening. And of course there's the usual thing, chat just disappears. Now we'll open. No, I've just got the circle of doom on my phone. I see there's 20 people in, so give me the thumbs up while I'm waiting for the chat to load again. Right, where was I to? Joshua W. Fix Gaming, good evening. Ivo Van Zon's in, good evening, Ivo. Flame was in as well. Flame says, do remember to have a look at the moderator awards, please. Remember, there are many people that have taken on that position. Show your appreciation, please. Yes, you can vote for more than one. You put your in, we all know who those great mods are out there. Couldn't do these live streams without them. They're all such a fantastic help and such a guidance as well. Flymo's getting an intermittent connection. Martin O'Keefe, good evening, Martin. How are you doing? Scott Woods in as well. How are you doing, Scott? Simon Trains, Model Railway. Good evening, Simon. You were away, weren't you? Weren't you away over the weekend? Oh, I had an enjoyable break, thanks. Went to Fishguard. Fishguard, okay. Did you look across at Ireland and wave over to me? By the way, food chat starts at 8:30. I forgot about that. No. Arnville, good evening, Arnville. How are you doing? Do you mean you get blown away from the live stream? Quite possibly tonight. Platform 7A, good evening. Mick's in as well. What's that? Mick Edgeley Park Station. Good evening, Mick. Used to be Mick 92, wasn't it? LNERW1, good evening, how are you doing? Apparently more trouble on YouTube and police are involved. Can't understand the hatred, it's only a hobby at the end of the day. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I've had a couple of conversations offline with certain people to say what's going on here. I've seen various posts people have put up. Some people being accused, some people denying it, and it's not on. It's just not on. Like, at the end of the day, we're just playing with plastic trains, or somebody pointed out last time, some of them are metal. Enjoying the hobby, building the community that we have here. We've got a great little community here. All you guys coming in every Thursday evening, sitting here chewing the cud with me. I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's someone else behind this who is just pretending to be someone else and just winding people up. I don't know what's going on. And I'm not going to say any names of people who are in, even though I'm in a different jurisdiction. I don't want to be seen to say anything that could affect any court cases or anything like that, any investigations. But we all know what's going on. We all know the names are involved, and let's hope this just gets sorted out, because we don't need this in the hobby. Hello, Mark. Flamo's getting it rough there as well. Summer Breeze, John Honey, hi Mick. How's the grandchild and mum doing? You've been a granddad, Mick, have you? What's that? Well done, congratulations. Well, you didn't do anything, but congratulations. Leslie says more. I couldn't be bothered to dig into it last time. Yeah, I get where you're coming from there, Leslie. It's just Brian Madden. Good evening. How are you doing, Brian? Are you feeling better now? You didn't make it to club Tuesday night, still a bit under the weather. Oh, there's Pokemon in as well. Actually, do you know what? I haven't put in all chat, have I? All messages. Let's do that. You promised that you'd run... Oh, I didn't promise I'd run James the Red Engine. In fact, I don't think I can run James because I don't think he works. Because he needs rewiring. Because he's not ready for DCC. Dara's in as well. How are you doing? Dara Locomotive Shed. Good evening. Hot Dog Pilot Andy's in as well. Good evening, Andy. Ironville Fine Art. I had steak and kidney pie, chips and vegetables for dinner, then black grapes and Greek natural yogurt. Hang on there now, Ironville. Food talk doesn't start till 8:30. Leslie says it's fine here, but this morning I drove up to Shap and it was grim, so no filming after my meeting there. Oh yeah, today's Thanksgiving in America, so anybody watching from America who's tucking into Turkey, happy Thanksgiving. I'm just going to skip down to the bottom of the chat because I've lost my way completely. Has anyone heard from Lyndon recently at all? I've noticed he hasn't been in lives lately. I know Rob posted his community tab, but I don't think anyone's heard anything, unfortunately. Yeah. Anybody heard anything from Lyndon? Anyone? Because I know Rob posted it. I haven't seen him in my life for a while. So if anybody's heard anything, or if he's lurking in the background there, pop us a message, or pop us a message on Facebook if you don't want to do it in the chat. Ivo, ordering some new travel kit for next year. Had to ditch my suitcase as the internals were falling apart. Brideman, the drugs have done their best. Feeling fine, fingers crossed. See you Tuesday. You won't see me Tuesday, because I'm away Tuesday. So Marty said he would open up for the club on Tuesday night. Tommy used to run around. Oh, what a week. Laid low by an inner ear infection. I've never drunk a full bottle of rum and woken up in a small boat in the Atlantic, but that's how it felt. Finally feeling better today. To cheer myself up, I bought a Loco from Rails the day before they introduced their 20% off deal. Oh! I can't run Gordon either because that's needing repair. If Brian's in, he knows the story with that. He did send me a replacement bits for that, and it's up on the shelf up there. I haven't really finished working on it yet. Jerry Beaver, good evening. Evening all. Slumming it on the phone tonight, so lurking in the background. Actually, let's put it down to the 4 screens. There's enough staring at me. You'll notice that the weathering's been done on the track there. All the ballasting and everything's been done on that. Video on that is out on Saturday. I posted it today to channel members. So yeah, that's out. That'll be this week's video. Saturday I am planning to go up to Bangor to the first Bangor Model Railway show that's on this weekend. It's their Christmas show they put on. So I'm hoping to go up to that on Saturday. I don't know if I will, if it's definite I will be able to make it because I'm heading away on Sunday and I have so much work to do and I have a lot of stuff to do outside, and of course I couldn't get out to do any of it today because I would have just been blown away. So I'm going to have to try and cram all that into tomorrow so I can get away Saturday, pack Saturday night and head off Sunday morning. Everybody's saying they haven't heard from a while. If Americans eat turkey now at Thanksgiving and we in UK eat turkey at Christmas, what do Americans eat at Christmas? I don't know. What do Americans eat at Christmas? Marchwest Junction, good evening. How are you doing, Andy? I was going to clean up the room and the desk to repair for setting up the Christmas tree. Oh, very good. You will see here, this is out from the top. That's because I've got the piece of wood cut to go on the back. Obviously, I'm not going to get it done this weekend. That's going to have to wait until the following weekend, which I won't get done either because all the family's around that weekend and it's not going to happen. But yeah, at least it's cut and it's there ready to go on. So if I find 5-10 minutes, I can be working on that. RGJ Trains posting links there. There's Hot Dog Pilot Andy's. Check out his channel if you haven't already. I also heard about the Western Rail Corridor is going ahead. You mean over here, where suddenly they've announced that they've got funding and they're going to open it as far as Castle Claremorris. But the last bit from Claremorris to Liscooley, which would join the Dublin line to Sligo, is being preserved. In other words, they're doing nothing with it. So, let's open a line part of the way, not all the way, and then moan about it in years when it's going, oh, it's not really doing very well. And it's like, yeah, because it stops halfway before it gets anywhere. Anyway, politicians, enough said. There's a link to Mick's channel, check him out. Arnville, those green and red walking stick things. Oh, I missed something there. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I probably should have blocked my microphone for that. Sorry, guys. Smart West Junction channel. First Bangor Model Railway show. Will the show be a right banger? Bottom right camera is already flashing. Yeah, see, that one shouldn't be flashing because that's the one connected to the laptop. And all these laptops here have got a wired connection. And it's just, but things are a bit glitchy tonight because the weather is atrocious out there. And although we're under a yellow weather warning, it feels a bit stronger than a yellow. Like usually a yellow weather warning is just a normal day in Donegal, but tonight it seems particularly rough out there. Everyone's on. There's Robert, Grace are on the ball tonight, posting all the links. There's a link to Model Rail Crew, which I hope I will be at next year. Flying with sharing the leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. If we have any turkey left over from Christmas, I turn it into a turkey and leek pie. Usually you've got some leftover ham as well, and that goes in there as well. So turkey and ham and leek pie. And all the leftover gravy and veg and everything goes in there. People remember when having a turkey any time was impossible because they were so big. Yes, in Ireland. Yeah, the Western Corridor. Yeah, let's see how long it takes to open. RGJ Trains, even though, sorry I wasn't in Orange, just wanted to throw some links out there. You work away, guys, throw the links out there. Are you guys on Saturday? See, it's flashing again. Got that out of the corner of my eye. I think Americans have ham or gammon at Christmas. Aaron says, pork. Oh, do they? Ivan says, with a bit of luck, I can do the curly flat carloads challenge with more crazy German Era 1 stuff. RG James, I'm looking forward to doing my ham in 4 litres of Coca-Cola. Do you use Diet Coke or full fat Coke? Because there is a difference. You can use both, but there is a difference. Anyone know what that thing was with the police involved? Just give me a phrase to Google. No need to weigh the chat down with it. Presume you're talking about the going on just... Yeah. No, slow cooked in around 4 hours and then roasted for a short time. Yes, Flymer says, nothing we need to talk about here. Yeah. Mind you, Donegal, at least you're not planning to hit me with a newspaper on the nose like someone I know due to the bad puns. Leslie Gilvin, I'm off to Edinburgh on Saturday to see Blue Peter take a lunchtime charter, I think, around 5 Circle. Might be a heavy train. Rusty Track Railroad, just tuning in from Ontario, Canada. You're very welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your layout. Dara's, I am vegetation. Sorry, Dara. I'm vegetarian, so it's a vegan roast for me. Oh. I could not be a vegetarian. There's no way I could do it. I'm sorry. John Holly's asking, Flymer, how's the weather up there? We've got a bit more mild. I think Flymer said earlier on it's rough with him up there as well. There's the link to the train set shop. Yes, this stream's unofficial sponsor. Tom Houston, I don't understand this concept, leftovers. RGJ trains, hopefully might be an 8 p.m. start. Right, okay. RGJ train should be on Saturday at 8 o'clock. Heard it here first. I was walking near a big issue seller. He shouted at me, big issue. I said, bless you. He said, why did you bless me? I said, sorry, I thought you sneezed loudly. Maura King, hi all, lurking in the background for a bit. Hi Maura, how you doing? Hope you're keeping well. How's the weather down in Kerry? Leaded Coke. Leftovers of the bones. We're not here. We have a proper Thanksgiving early in the fall, not the American ones. Yeah, Canada has their Thanksgiving earlier than. Of course, tomorrow is Black Friday. Anybody come across any decent sales out there or anything for Black Friday? I see a Curascale are doing 5 times their points or something for the weekend. I think Rails have got a couple of sales on, and I think Hornby are doing something as well. Andy says there, it was absolutely lovely to meet you at the weekend, Maura. There you go, I've met Maura. Is it twice now, Maura, we've met? That's various shows, I think. I love meeting any of you guys. It's always good fun to chew the cud and just, of course, everybody who knows me knows I'm terrible with names and be like, oh. So Rusty says, it's cold and starting to snow here. Hate this weather, but at least it's working on the layout season. Exactly. This is the time of year you get in, work on the layout if you haven't got a family who are bugging you and you're busy and pulling you to do other things. Finnerton Central, Brian's in the house. Good evening, Brian. How are you doing? We've already mentioned the train set shop. Links have been put up for it. So you carry on, Brian, posting the link every so often in the chat. Oh, I am actually going to sit down. Oh. The trains are still moving. I was on. Decided to replace my simplified Don Bushkin cars with way better Roku ones. Andy, hot dog, not so much second-hand stuff. I filled 2 bags. Oh, you bought a lot, did you, Maura? Flower, I need to read more of the chats. Today, unofficial sponsor. There's a link for the train set shop. Thank you, Simon. Rusty Tracks, yes, it's a good excuse to work on layouts. So everyone's saying hello. It's a bit cold now, but daytime has been okay. Oh, so you didn't get hit by these high winds and Maura. And Scott saying, yeah, a bit warmer here, but wet and very windy. The only Black Friday is a Black 5 day. Only my feet have Black Friday. Arnville, the winds recently were very bad here. Now I have to pay for new aerial and bracket. There goes my 3 months of model railway budget. Ooh. Bogue Cuddy Station doing a deal for Black Friday. Tom, a very trustworthy seller. Yeah, he does some nice bits and pieces. There's Simon's channel. Do check out Simon. Simon says, Belgian Consumer Authority issued loads of fines because of illegal price changes ahead of Black Friday. Ah. Well, putting the price up and then bringing it down on Black Friday. Leslie says it's 13.5 degrees here today after 4 degrees yesterday and 1 not so long ago. When I was out in the car doing the school run today, it was about 7-8 degrees, I think it was. But with that wind and the rain, it felt a lot colder. Oh, is Clive in? Newland Railway? Did he pop in? I didn't see. Oh, there he is, yeah. How are you doing, Clive? Model Railways Direct have Bachmann Class 47 at 119 quid. Oh, very nice. Can you see the taxman cutting tax here? Enjoy the sugar in your tea while you can. Remember in the 70s and the sugar shortage. Yes, aren't they putting up the sugar tax in the UK again? To be honest, I didn't look at any of the budget for the UK. There's Clive's link. Thank you, guys. Oh, there's Andy with the same information. Model Railways Direct are doing some of the Bachmann 47s at 60% off. I could be tempted that. I do like a 47. Are those trains supposed to go very slowly around those curves? I've just got them going very slowly. Do you want me to speed them up a little bit, Simon? There we go. There's sped up a little bit for you. Is that to your satisfaction now, Simon? Of course, the rail car there, because it's got a Hornby controller on at the moment, it's either, it's more of a switch, the Hornby controller, it's either on or off. Ilmora got the emails, and they're having a great sale. Model Railway Direct, that is. Arnville, when I go to shows, I now wear my YouTube tradition wear white jumper and cap with my green Arnville logo and my camouflage army trousers. John Holly, I've now done 6 out of 8 by sports, hoping to finish the other 2 at the weekend, and it'll be bolting them together and on to wiring the track, onto wiring and track laying. Yeah, that's once you get a bit of track down, you start running trains around, it's like, yeah. And Rusty Track says, besides adding detail to the layout today, I'm also trying to get my YouTube channel going. Well, I think we shared your link here already, so people get over there. Subscribe to Rusty Tracks. As Brian says, the train set shop has a permanent sale. I heard to say your model railway budget lasts 3 months. And Brian says he's looking forward to the break in December. A balmy 13 degrees on Leash this morning, though something was wrong when I stepped out the door. Far too warm. Our DJ Trains just been sorting out stuff that was recommended in our last stream. A couple more things to check. If that don't work, gonna sit in the corner and cry. Why, what's wrong with your layout, guys? What's the problem? Is there a problem? Because I didn't see your stream Saturday because I was, where was I? I don't know, I was doing something. You're in that Christmas season now where there's school plays on and things like that you get dragged out. And rehearsals and stuff. Oh, let me just check my mic. All right, hang on a minute, guys. I'm just going to swap my mic over because this one is going into the red. Right, should be back with you now. Once I read down the chat, I'll discover if I am or not. If the sugar tax is high enough, they'll start smuggling candy across the channel instead of people. There was a time when the customs were in place that people used to smuggle butter across the border here. There's a lot of stories about people smuggling butter on the trains. Arnville says, John, looking forward to seeing your baseboards all done. They have a DRS 47 at 95 quid. Oh, very good. Just noticed they were slowing down, that's all. I just think it was just the normal speed they were going at. You probably notice the corners more now because the middle board isn't there, so you see them. Christmas tree goes up around the 7th of December and will stay to the 1st of January. It used to be tradition in Ireland that the tree would go up after the 8th and it would stay up to the 6th of January. Now our tree will be going up next Friday, the 5th, and it will be coming down on the 6th. Also, my Christmas lights outside will be switched on next Friday. It's more if I had my way, it wouldn't go up at all. Maura says, I've started decorating, all will stay up to the 7th of January. Like, we have started decorating. We have a lot of Advent stuff and crockery and stuff for Christmas, so that sort of comes out in November, halfway through November. It starts because you want to get some use out of it. Brian says, Christmas is just a holiday to me. Oh, 5x5 sounds good. Simon wants to know, Brian, will your Christmas tree be DCC fitted? Christmas smishery, just another honorary Sunday. Oh, there's some bah humbugs in here. John Holly there, how's Dawn doing, Brian? Sorry for not asking her. I hope she's doing a bit better. Mark just wondering, have you any other type of 009 engines? I just have one, a Bachmann, Baldwin, Bridget. All I have at the moment is the 3 rail cars. Where are we? So that one there, rail car 18, the one that's going around, which is rail car 10, and then the little one here, rail car 4. Hopefully I will be getting some more. I think there's rail car 20. And then I'll be trying to find some sort of 009 engine that I could maybe pass off as Drumbo. So when I get a WS2812 based lighting set and you can run it on DC if you want. Well, that's what I've got at the moment. I've got about 3,000 pixel lights outside running off 2 control boards. Scott says our village lights would be switched on this Sunday. Yeah, our town lights aren't being switched on until next Thursday. What's the size of your layout? Inquiring minds want to know. This particular layout here, this is made up of 4 2x6 sections. So it's 10 foot that way, 6 foot that way. And then this section here sits in the middle, so all the scenery is going to be blended up into this, so there'll be a hillside in the centre, and this is 009, and the other track is 00 gauge. And anybody who's not familiar, these are Donegal rail cars. This is what used to run on the railways that used to be around here. It all closed down at the end of 1959. Our GJ train's going to be a hard one for us this year. First without Dad. Always went to the home on Xmas Eve as it was their anniversary. It would have been 60 years for them. Yeah, it is quite tough when you lose someone, and Christmas is one of those times when you remember people that you've lost over the years. I know I'm the same. Yeah, it's going to be rough and it's going to be raw, guys. If it helps, I'll be thinking of you. You'll be in my thoughts, guys. Along with other people I know on here who've lost people this year. But one thing I would probably say is those people who've gone before us, they probably wouldn't want us dwelling and being sad. Because I know I certainly wouldn't want that for anybody that I leave behind. NARW, how do people have analog Christmas trees? All my trees must have Acura thrash and directional lighting. And Mick says every day's a holiday when you're retired. John Honnelly, yes, it will be hard, Rob, but just remember, he will be there looking down on you and proud of how well you're all doing. Yep. And Brian says, John, she's okay, but still unwell. My rusty track agrees with Mick. Let's have a look at the old Egerban catalogue. My Christmas tree is in a pot in the yard, solar powered LED lights. Thanks, the track size looks great. Well, it's getting there, Rusty. So the viaduct went in about a month and a half ago. I ballasted that section of track over the viaduct and some weathering on it. Next bit is to start tackling the scenery on that. I've still got a bit of track work to do on the other side, but we'll get there. NRW, love. Once I have an exhibit layered, I'm going to start on some G-scale. I have an LGB stands that I want to kit bash into Roisin from Stradvalley. Oh, very good. Anthony Dodge, happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. Are you stuffed full of turkey at this stage? Somebody send her our best, Brian. Yeah, we all send our best to Brian's wife. Tillich also has some HOE 9mm that can be used as generic trains. They are mostly based on German ones, okay. Mate, when you raised the glass to him, the tears started. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry, but, you know, I'd just like to remember people that have gone before us. That's true, Mick. Every day is a holiday. I'm earlier self-retired. Oh God, yeah, he'd be ribbing me for my lack of woodworking skills. Camera 3 is stalled. No, camera 3 is that one. I think everything's running again. Yeah, correct that. Camera 3 has stalled and stuttering. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, because that is on the main laptop that runs the whole live stream. But it's been flickering all evening, so I don't know what that's all about. Finnerton, I'm stuck in catch-22. Dad said when he goes, I'm not allowed to be sad or he will haunt me. Let's give it. I'll be twiddling my thumbs, especially just after Christmas, as I'll be home alone and a heap of things I should catch up with. Bless everyone. I'm glad to be part of the collective. Thank you all live streamers and all who have model and model railway channels. Yeah, I think it's, there's a nice bunch of you guys that come in here every Thursday evening. I get to spend, you know, a couple of hours with you guys on a Thursday evening, chatting, playing trains, you know, and there's a big thing, you know, about mental health, and I think this is one of the things for mental health, being able to chat and talk about this. Some of you know I'm a foster parent, so I deal a lot with children, and something like model railways is great because when you're working on a model railway, one of the best things is when you're working on it, you're stood side by side. You're not in front of each other where it can be confrontational. It's much easier when you're side by side. People tend to talk more. That's why men's sheds that they have over here, I don't know, do they have them in the UK as well? It's such a great thing for blokes to get together because they're working on something side by side, whether it's a car engine or making a bench or whatever. They're side by side, and that's when people talk because they feel more relaxed. Model railways is a good way for doing that as well. And, you know, if any of you are out there and are lonely, come into the chat, say hello. We're a friendly bunch. I'm here usually every Thursday. And there's plenty of other live streamers. You have Jenny on Monday. You have Anthony on Friday evenings. You have Rob and Grace on Saturdays. You have Brian there first Saturday of every month. You have Andy on every Sunday. I'm trying to think now who have I missed and who am I going to upset. But there's loads of live streamers out there who do it. And we're all a real friendly bunch. Dr. Rob, I dread to think what you would have made of mine then. You look after yourself though, and if you need to cry, let it out and we'll be thinking of you all. Anthony says, oh, no dinner, it comes in a couple of hours for us. We'll be in the lull before family gets here. Andy Puff Candy! Andy Puff Candy. How you doing, Andy? Hope you're keeping well, mate. Rusty Tracks just redid my N-scale switching layout and I've switched it to T-track modules. Still switching layout though. Very good, yeah. And I was making friends at Strollite to try get drawings and accidentally started volunteering there. Santi trains in a week's time, by the way, for anyone interested. Anyone down that end of the country? Goes to Strad Valley for the Santi trains. Andy wants to know, Anthony, are you having glazed ham? How far behind am I in the chat now? There we go, cam 3 back up and running. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the cameras tonight. It might be just down to the weather. Oh dear. I think, have I just... sorry, I hit something there on my... Sorry, I was thinking Christmas. All cameras on a USB hub. No, what I have here on my setup, I use StreamYard. So I have, obviously this laptop here runs the stream. And you have this laptop here runs another camera, this one, here. Then this one I'm looking at, there's another laptop just down here running another webcam. And then the final camera is actually a mobile phone. And you're thinking, how have I got so many laptops? I work in IT. These are all really old laptops that are probably 10, 15 years old. They just have an operating system on them and they just run webcams, that's all. And they're only switched on every Thursday. That's it. And I've got a network switch over there and everything, Cat, I think it was, currently all Cat 5. Listening to my bad puns, yeah. Most trainers are, Christmas is turkey and ham, then Easter is ham, and I get burgers. Oh, there's Fran saying on a laptop, PC, and phone, yeah. I can pick the bones out of that, oh dear. If it was a hub, that could cause cam issues. Yeah, no, the one that seems to be flickering, and I don't know why it's doing it. I say we've got some really bad weather blowing through here at the moment, so it could be that's affecting it. But there's always something every week. So one camera decides to get a bit glitchy. Trains, etc. Good evening. How are you doing? Finished Essentials live stream is on the 6th of December for his waffle. So would that be at 6 o'clock, Brian? Or will it be 8 o'clock? Anthony says, I do not like ham in any way, shape or form. Really? I like a bit of ham. RG Trains. Oh, we have news. Oh, what's the news? Hence the burgers. All right, okay. Breaking news. Maria, those of you who know Grace's mum, is going into N-Scale. Whoa! Welcome to the club. Leslie's printer's run out of ink. It's broken after clearing a paper jam. Now it just prints no scanner, but reluctant to buy another. Not even with green eggs, Anthony. Arnville, Anthony, how many people do you have around for Thanksgiving dinner? On Christmas Day, it's just me, my sister, and her bloke. Oh, and a parrot. Well, next, not this coming weekend, the weekend after, I will have all the family here with their boyfriends, girlfriends. There will be 11 here that I'll be cooking for. It's great news, Rob. Is it going to be DC or DCC? Everyone says there's crazy Chinese bluish ones. There's a link for the Donegal Railway Heritage Centre. Clive says, if the weather's good, I'll still be working on the shed Christmas Day. No, I have a traditional US meal, green eggs and ham. Google it. It's a Grinch, isn't it? Is it the Grinch? My sister last year said, we're fed up with eating turkey at Christmas. What else instead you want to eat next year? I just looked at the parrot. Brian says, no, not Ant Gage. The parrot's still going. Mark, as Christmas is on a Thursday, are you live? I was thinking that I may just do a short live on Christmas Day, on Thursday, maybe just for half an hour or an hour. Just for any of our friends out there who might be alone Christmas and they want to chat to someone on Thursday, Christmas Day, because I know what it is like to be alone on Christmas. 2 years I was on my own at Christmas, where I was working away by myself, away from my family before I met my missus and that and had my own family. And it is pretty miserable when you wake up by yourself Christmas Day. So I think I probably will just do half an hour on Christmas Eve. Or not Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. We usually combine Christmas dinner with my birthday and some way or another regarding the family visit. Timber Surf's in the house. Good evening, Timbers. How are you doing? Harrenfield, poor parrot. Did it look back at you the same quizzical look? Model trainer for years. We've hosted Joyce's family, which meant we had up to 36 here. Now it's just our kids and spouses and kind, so 8. Dr. Zeus, yes. Yes, it is Dr. Zeus, isn't it? Grinch is part of that sort of same family, isn't it? Tom Hughes, I bought a turkey and ham meal from Lidl. 75% recommend a ounce of salt. Rusty Tracker, tough to go back to no sound and no DCC once you've run both. 35 years ago when I first got into N-Scale, there was no DCC and sound, yeah. Roger Change, we are thinking of doing our usual Christmas Eve times one. Oh, very good. Yes, I think we'll end up just eating chicken and still looking and hearing the parrot. McGarvel Studios, good evening guys. Thumbs up everyone. Yes, please give me the thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe. And you got any questions? Pop them into the comments. Tom, I'm hoping my son stays at college this year. Peace and quiet. Is anyone live Xmas Day? As I say, I will probably go for maybe half an hour in the evening. Because I think I've said this before, but we don't do Christmas dinner on Christmas Day. We do it on St. Stephen's Day. Because over the years when our kids were younger, we find just having a buffet style thing from Iceland on Christmas Day, stuff you can bung in the oven for half an hour, spread it on the table, and then you can just snack all day long while the kids are playing with their toys. You just have a much more enjoyable day, and then you can do the dinner the following day. Because otherwise I'm stuck in the kitchen for almost 6 hours cooking the dinner. Yes, the parrot looked back to me and squawked. Yeah, the cat in the hat with a couple of things, thing 1 and thing 2, yeah. Near everyone, I think we have up to 15 people at the house for Xmas weekend. After this coming one, the garden room should be ready just in time. I was trying to get the Bavarian locomotive DCC converted so it can do a few rounds on the Christmas tree layout. Bang out your junction, Carl. Good evening, Carl. How are you doing? Hi, Mark and all, and one from the Turkey trenches. I think Finnerton's live will be the 6th of December. It's always on the first Saturday of the month. Just need him to confirm the time. And he usually works around with RTJ trains, so they'll sort it out between themselves when they're on. Also, some people may have heard and some may have not heard the David Clark Railway has been saved. The charity did a U-turn on their decision. Yes, I did hear that. I think it was the input from the model railway community that made them stand up and pay attention. And it probably got them a load of advertisement as well, because there's probably people who didn't know it was there, and now people are going to see it. I can't make Christmas Day, sorry, have to watch a movie at my sister's traditional thing. Yeah, Christmas is full of those traditions. Like we have traditions that we developed in our family is we watch the toy show before the toy show is on. That's usually the last Friday or first Friday of either the last Friday in November or the first Friday of December. It's a talk show that's on in Ireland, the Late Late Show, and they do a toy show before Christmas. And tradition is now that we switch on our outside lights, everyone's home for that, we watch the toy show, and everyone's at home, and everyone knows they have to be there for that, so we know everyone's together. So that's one of our little traditions. And then, as I say, we have our dinner on St. Stephen's Day, Boxing Day. Timber Serve used to have up to 22 at Christmas. I cancelled Xmas out 7 years ago. Just me and her indoors now. Kids have us for Boxing Day. There's Bang Out Your Junctions Carl's YouTube channel. Check it out. Subscribe if you're not already. In the day we used to do 5 Xmas dinners that we hosted, cost me a freaking fortune. Yeah, I bet. HH Express, hi, how you doing? Hi, welcome to the stream. Yes, that is good news, Simon. I'll be quiet here. Other half heads over to the UK to visit her family. Train time for me. Well, if you buy yourself Christmas Day and I'm doing my live stream, pop in and say hello, say Merry Christmas. Joseph at the Model Railway guy gave that a huge boost. Yeah, he's got quite a following. It's a new board of directors, the David Clark Foundation as well. Yeah, sometimes that's what you need. Because I know, being a director of the museum, you need fresh, like I stepped down from being chairman, is it early this year, end of last year? Because purely it needed fresh input in there. So someone else is taking over chairmanship now. We've got new directors in, and it's going in a slightly different direction, which is a good thing, because it keeps it fresh, keeps it new ideas, you know. Because quite often what happens with these things, you get the same old directors staying in place. They're stuck in their ways. And at the same time, they run out of steam as well. You need that fresh injection of new ideas. Did anyone hear of the accident at the Dean Park Heritage Railway? No, I haven't. What's happened there? Bottom left cam is having a... Yeah, I've seen that. It seems to be back to normal. Oh, jigsaw cam, yeah. And well, no wonder you cancelled Christmas timber, expensive. I just gave my sister food money for the 3 days. No cards or anything is now agreed to, because we can buy ourselves what we want every day of the year. Yeah. Network issues. Yeah, it probably is, because obviously the phone, that one that went funny is the phone, which is running off the Wi-Fi. And if the Wi-Fi got a wobble, then it would have kicked over to 5G and then back to Wi-Fi, so that's probably what that was. What's the film compulsory viewing in Germany despite being a 1950s British comedy sketch? Oh yeah, we had this discussion before. We had Les Cliff and Steve from SHGP Media pushing it here too. Yeah, I think everyone got behind it. Don't do that, I'll have to post something. 08 taking the digger up the line, didn't check the height and took out a footbridge at the station. Oh, that's going to be expensive. Somebody's going to have to do a lot of explaining, and there's going to be a lot of paperwork. Timbers, if my eldest charges us to go on Boxing Day, maybe I should invoice for the past dinner he has had. HH Express, only 13 away from 800 subs. Oh, get over there. Sub to high. All right, I need to put the phone down a minute and have a quick wet my whistle. Tonight I am drinking mostly sparkling lemon and lime from Lidl. Lemon and lime water, that is. Scott Wood, it's off to my sister's for Xmas dinner for me, but not until 3 p.m. as my niece is working until then. So you mean the Dean Forest Railway? That happened. Oh, it happened a few months ago, did it? There's the link to High's channel. Thank you, RJJ Trains. That's Rob. Is Grace there as well, Rob? Or is it Grace and no Rob? Shall do. I might try a live stream myself that day. Yeah, give it a go. You don't have to show yourself on camera. You can stand off to the side and just show the trains. Most people who are watching want to see the trains anyway. They don't want to see this ugly mug here. There's a link to Andy's channel. Check it out. I dropped them an email, but I don't have much of an online presence, so couldn't do much more. Glad saved it though. Yeah. Well, what's that link to, Brian? Oh, is that the accident report? Link to the Dean Forest, right. Charlie, Partigill Station. Good evening, Charlie. How are you doing? RGG, anyone heard from Lyndon yet? I did mention it earlier on. I don't think anybody's heard anything. I was on asking Anthony, enough steam trains working to do everything steam Christmas special this year? Grant Salisbury 7816, good evening. How are you doing? IT guys are like mechanics. Yes, you fix things, but we tend to have the worst setups. Ex-IT guy here, yeah. Yeah, I'm an IT guy as well. It's the old adage, the cobbler's children never have any shoes. It's like my dad was a Sparky and electrician. We had some of the worst wiring ever in our own house. Because, you know, what you do for a day job, you do it perfectly all the time. When you come home, you're like, oh, I don't want to do any more of that. And he says, enough steamers now, potentially do 3 shifts, all steamers. Yes, John O'Honey, Summer Breeze 1 says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, support Mark and share it if you can. It's always appreciated. That Dean Forest Railway incident with the Class 08 crane and footbridge happened on the 14th of August. I guess they can hardly do the Great Escape. Add a bit of vodka to that lemon and lime, almost a Moscow Mule then. No, I've knocked her off and buried her. Okay. Yeah, Simon Case is still ongoing. Dinner for One is the film. That's it, yeah, Dinner for One. Because I've got a couple of German friends and they go on about it as well. And they think it's hilarious. And it's like, yeah, it's all right, but someone was in a lot of trouble, yeah. There's Ivo's channel. Find it, Dinner for One. Oh, have I got to the bottom of the chat, or is my chat just frozen? Charlie's going to possibility of 50 centimetres of snow over the next couple of days. Wow. You're not heading off to your daughter's in California, is it? You're not heading off there at Christmas, Charlie? Not surely the California will be a little bit warmer. Right, I suppose I can actually get into the centre now and I can actually change some of the trains. I will be, in the new year, changing the orientation of this so it comes out that way, so I can get around the 3 sides. What you can't see at the moment is just here. There's a big metal 10-foot tall tree with a load of lights on it. It's just a pole with lights in the shape of a tree. That's in our big window. Yeah, it needs straightening. It's a bit of an angle at the minute. So obviously when Christmas is gone, that'll be put away and I can pull this out then. So I wasn't gonna, there's no point in doing it before because the tree goes there. So wait till after Christmas, and that means I can get to 3 sides a lot easier to get the scenery done. That's the theory anyway. Anyway, where did I put my phone? Chat will be zooming on. Aaronville, I'm an ex-IT guy, just a software, EDI tech. I couldn't change a light bulb as it's a hardware fault. To be honest, I find most of the faults you have, it's the wetware that's the problem. It's not the software or the hardware, it's the wetware. She's moved to Nashville, which is quite pleasant. Then the other one is in Florida. We will be driving to both. Florida's nice. Especially this time of year. Not during the summer when there's possible hurricanes and also it's 40 plus degrees heat and 100% humidity. Aaron says, I don't understand our weather. Yesterday it was -2, today it's 11. Yeah. So scenery will start in December 2026. Sorry, Mark. Oi! Well, it's kind of started at Dunballaston. Isn't that part of the scenery? There's the Donegal Railway's Facebook page. It was totally dependent on everyone else at my team. VC went wrong. I could do the ideas on how things 20 years before. It's quite funny reading the chat, because then I look up and I can see myself moving around, because obviously there's a delay. Anyway, I'm going to climb into the middle, which I mean crawl. Try not to knock things over. Put this down a minute. See, I have the piece of wood ready to make the back scene for this. And it's the right size. Let's just put that down. Oh, I came in here and I left the tablet over there that controls everything. Oh, never mind. HH Express, glad I made some changes to my layout. Trains are running much smoother. That's great news. Hi, Mark, that's new to me. What's wetware? Wetware. Well, the computers and stuff, the hardware, the stuff that runs on the computer is the software. The people that operate the computer are the wetware. As I would say, mostly they're the problem. Mark does his scenery. I still won't be finished the station. Simon says, well, technically the scenery started when the viaduct went in. Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. Joburton Junction. Good evening, Tony. How are you doing? All I can be seen in my 4-part videos I posted last week. Okay. And he says, I work on scenery for 5 years. Oh, is it 8:30? The food chat starts. Yeah, if I understand that the wetware is probably the idiot behind the computer. Exactly. When MPUs are measured in megahertz, yeah. Bloody hell, I was right. And a program on a mainframe couldn't exceed 19K, yeah. Just expecting the chat to explode about food now. Well, I had some pizza earlier on. My daughter came in and done a pizza for herself and Adam, and there was a couple of slices left over, so I finished them off. That's what I had for my tea this evening. I will have to have something after this, which will probably end up being Weetabix, because I don't think we've any bread, so I can't make my usual bacon and egg sandwich. Anybody who's new here lurking in the back, for some reason, I don't know how it started, but it started many months ago, and about 8:30, we stopped talking about trains and start talking about food. So if anybody's wondering what's going on. Show at the NSC looked like a better show than Gets. I'm Grace, eating chicken balls, pasta, salad. How do you like running StreamYard? I'm curious. I'm running OBS, but not opposed to switching. The main reason I started using StreamYard was because I do a lot of videos for the museum, and quite often you would put it out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, several different platforms, and you can use the paid version of StreamYard to do that. So that's the main reason I started using StreamYard. And I tried using OBS, but I didn't seem to have a computer that was man enough to run it properly. I have used it in the past. It's something I would probably go over to for my setup here, because when I finish this layout, which is going to be a modular layout, I want to build a PC into it for all the cams and everything like that. So when I take it to a show and there's Wi-Fi or whatever, I can stream from the show. Don't know what advantage that would have, but it's something I just want to do. Why I do things because I can. Because I like the challenge of setting it up and getting it working. But the free version of StreamYard works well. You have to put up with the little duck in the corner. That's just their thing. Unless you have the paid version, then you can get rid of it. Wetware, yes. Anyone ever tried Dutch pepper Trumpton? What is that? Sherburn Junction, I hope everyone is okay. I'm good. It's Thursday, chatting to you guys. I get left alone. Nobody comes through that door over there because they don't want to be caught on camera. Well, they're probably watching in the background. Hi guys. Scott Wood, tonight it was beef madras and pilo rice for me, homemade of course, very good. Pete, Hermitage Road, good evening, how you doing Pete? Brian, I had sausage and chips. Platform 7A, sausage and mash tonight, oh very nice. And then Brian says, then I found some scampi in the freezer, so I had that too. I'm partial to a bit of scampi, I do like scampi. Be one of those things I'd have, like if you ever went to, if I was ever in the UK, and you go to like, I don't know, Harvesters or Weatherspoons or something like that, you'd have the old surf and turf scampi and a small rump steak. John Honey, Hunter's chicken, onion rings and chips tonight for John and Holly. Ironville had steak and kidney pie, chips and veg, grapes and yogurt. That was over 30 minutes ago. Now hungry again. Time for a cup of tea and biscuits. Okay, good to know. I might give StreamYard a go. Yeah, saw the duck. Had never heard of it, which is why I asked. Yeah, as I say, the way I use it with the cameras is you can, on the free version, you can invite up to 6 guests. So the other 3 cameras are just guests. And that's the other good thing about using StreamYard is I can throw a link up and I can get other people to come in to the chat. I know there is a way of doing it with OBS, but this way you just click a button, get the link and email it out or put it in the chat or whatever, and people can click on it and come in and be on the live stream as well. December period is called Virtinage, binge eating days here sometimes. Simon Trains Motor Railway. If you're ever in Landovery, Heart of Wales line, there's a cafe called Tudor Caf. It's cash only, but their fry up is epic. Tried fried potatoes for the first time. Really? Fried potatoes for the first time? I've had, I always do fried potatoes. Andy had a surprisingly mild beef burrito. How do you cope with hearing off other devices? Ours always had playback, we couldn't shut up. You just mute the mics and turn the volume down. That's all I do with mine. Like the laptops are muted. The only one that isn't muted is this one, which is the main one, which is running the show. The phones, of course, you probably can't do this with new phones now because they don't have jacks. But I just cut off an old headphone jack and pop that into the phone and turn the volume down so it's muted. So it thinks it's got headphones in. StreamYard doubled my monthly fee. I didn't see the email, and it was nearly a year before I realised. Yeah, they did double their price. Because I was just, it was something like 20 quid a month or something like that, which I didn't think was too bad, and I was paying it. But then it went up to like 44 quid a month, and then I just went to the free version. Then I thought, I'm not paying 44 quid a month. If I have to do something in the museum, which is usually during the summer, is I will pay the paid version for the couple of months over the summer. So you'll see the duck disappear over the summer, and then it's back in September time. Unless I forget to cancel the payment, then it goes on a bit longer. Leslie had assorted meat pies, didn't know what it was in them, so cut it in half and had half each with noodles and veg. Either the real pepper tonton and the cordon are tasty. Trainer said OBS has a convoluted way of adding guests. Platform was not originally designed for it. OBS and StreamYard are differently aimed platforms being used for the same thing. Yeah, they really are. Now, the thing I like using StreamYard for is because I used to, my live stream, I used to put it out on Facebook as well as on YouTube. But then I discovered that there was only 1 or 2 people watching it on Facebook. So I thought, well, there's no point in doing that. We'll just keep it on YouTube. Kieran J94, good evening. How are you doing? Has managed to get his Hornby LMS Patriot loco running again. Very good. Also, there's a good cafe at Fishguard and good station, which used to be the old station building. Weirdly, the volume could never turn down on the iPhones. Yeah, that's our issue, no headphone jack. Yeah, it's the same on the Android ones as well. You could, unless you put something in the phone jack, you can never turn the volume down. Chris, Valley56 is in as well. Good evening, Chris. How are you doing? Charlie, did you, I've just seen a message pop over here. Did you mean to hide Ivo? Did you click on something? What did Ivo do? I know it's quite, because I think I done it last week. I hid someone because I just hit something by accident. Charlie's been playing with buttons. Yeah. It's okay, Flymo's on it, he's on hidden iPhone. Usually we have Kyan is the top moderator here when he gets hold of Anthony's laptop, wherever Anthony's using. Valleys, Chris, I'm on the Merlot with olives and cheese. Oh, very good. Yeah, that's the other thing you like at Christmas is getting the old cheeses in. You know, you don't do any other time of the year, but you end up with a fridge full of cheese. RB trains, be right back, okay. Charlie, stop playing with buttons. Rusty Tracks, I've only ever been using OBS for recording my switching sessions and for live streaming. The same of having chit chat like you were doing, yeah. J94 Kieran, my Patriot loco was the first loco on my first ever video on my channel. Ooh. And you got it going again. Just sorted my camera views out yesterday. Did a test live stream last night. Ready, I think, for the real world. Yeah, give it a go. Part of Charlie must have been a pocket dial. Does Charlie accept bribes? Ivo got put on timeout. Have you been a naughty boy, Ivo? Charlie seems to think so. Timber Surf ordered 5 cheese packs from Chuckling Cheese for Christmas. Woo. Beware of Xmas cheese packs. They're mainly air and packaging. Yeah, I don't usually go for the cheese packs because they've always got some cheese in there you don't like. I like to go and get a nice smoked applewood cheese, a nice blue Stilton blue cheese, some real mature cheddar, and maybe I like the garlic and chive ones as well. Not that keen on Wensleydale, but that'd probably be what I'd go for. I do, Ivo, but I don't accept euros. Naughty Charlie. No bother, Ivo. Charlie, I saw some words I vaguely recognised on a tram in Amsterdam and warded off the birdseed sellers at the Times Square. Joshua's back. The best cheese is whatever's in the fridge that will go on a cracker that isn't stinky. Tom says, I like Wensleydale Blue, not seen it in a while. Herman Jordan Pete has just been building platform canopies. I'm going to come out from here because I left the controller outside. Oh, where are we? Oh, we're coming up to 10 to 9. Oh, everything's still running smoothly. Oh, now I've said it. Leslie says, I'm getting back into Lancaster and Cheshire cheeses. We do really like a good pungent blue cheese. Regarding cheese, Old Beemeister or extra strong Gorgonzola is also very tasty. If you're planning a pub crawl and fish cart, don't start at the lower town because you're walking up a steep hill, a steep big hill to get to most of the pubs. I love applewood cheese. Yeah, that's what I like as well, Brian. I'm being polite and I mean birdseed. German Junction finally started to design Coburn Junction 2 today. Got to learn the software first though. Oh, which software are you using? AnyRail? Was there a cheese called Stinking Bishop or something like that? Yes, that rings a bell. And as you go, a good Swiss cheese. Some better go downhill, figuratively and physically. $6 for $25, but this one's very peppery. Who has pepper on Sunday roast? Not a big fan of pepper. Obviously, you have to have some for seasoning, but I wouldn't have a go over the top of that. It must be nice to be a young lad being able to bend down and duck under a layout like that. Yeah, I don't know how many more years we'll be able to do it for. Come on, guys, don't forget the pickled onions. Oh, I could take or leave pickled onions. That's one thing I like when I go back to the UK and go to a proper fish and chip shop and they have the jar of pickled eggs on the counter. You get yourself, oh, I'll have a pickled egg. Or a nice Cornish pasty and chips, or battered sausage and chips. Timber Surf Bavarian smoked. Oh, there's the link for my Facebook page. Do check it out and give it a follow. Some breeze. It's a Gloucester cheese, very nice though. Mark, I'm all Mac, so Rail Modeler Pro. Okay. So to the others in the cloister, ring a bell. And there's the link for the train set shop. An update is finally happening. Oh, there's new stock coming on board, is there, Brian? Rusty Tracks mount parts of it on a height adjustable desk. That solves the issue. Nice. Rogo's mentioned now I need to pour a tram. Proper pickled onions, not those silver skin marbles. Yeah. Last night I saw a Hornby Class 06 shunter, one of the Virgin trained liveried ones. Someone had DCC fitted it, and it had a flashing warning light on the cabin roof with head and tail lights. Oh, very good. She says, I went off pickled onions as a kid eating my dad. Some went soft. I have on pickles, eggs, and pickles at home. Pickles and onions. Are you a bit pickled, Timber? Brian says, we have a crazy amount of stock to go up. Get it up, Brian. Get it up for Christmas now. And like most cheeses, apart from the runny stuff. Oh, Rusty Tracks is sitting back with a nice wee dram now. So that's your cue to head to the pub, Timbers. The slowest pocket rocket I've ever seen. We're trying. Camembert. Yeah, those, was it usually mozzarella sticks or camembert or whatever in breadcrumbs or whatever? I always find them pretty tasteless cheeses, to be honest. They're just, it's just warm goo. I like a mature cheddar when it comes to strong. There's the link for the train set shop. Hornby made some terrible Christmas trains again this year. So the internet seems to be getting very slow, and a lot of circular dooms coming up. And that wind is not getting any better. And he says, I love deep fried hamburgers with a little cranberry jelly or sauce. Leave never leaves a week. My local fish and chip shop is 40 seconds walk from my home. The local takeaway Chinese is 2 minutes away opposite the pub. I was wishing for an Indian takeaway to be near, but got a federal agent moved there. The battery one seems strange. I think it just sticks together with magnets. Yeah, but those cheaper plasticky Hornby ones, they're there for kids to get them into the hobby. That's what they're aiming at there. He's leaving out permanently. The play train, yeah, as NERW1 says, the play trains one is an awful model, but a great toy, which is what it should be. Yeah. I'm Chairman Esley Malt, a good choice. Some nice salty tones in there. If you tried Macallan's 18-year-old, very smooth. That might be compatible with Markland battery trains. Huh? Yeah, I agree with you on the RW1. It's a smart move by Hornby to get into sort of the toy, because I believe they are double O gauge, so in theory they should run on double O gauge tracks. So it's a way of getting people into the hobby, getting kids into the hobby. Because probably like a lot of us, we were into trains when we were younger, and then we hit the teenage years, and we might have left it behind because we discovered girls and cars and stuff like that. And then when you get your own kids, you get back into it, trying to get them into it, and they don't show any interest, and you just carry on by yourself. Probably because everyone has high cholesterol from the chip shop and Chinese. Anthony's heading off. Okay, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with the family. So take care, Anthony. Enjoy the rest of your day. Don't eat too much. Yeah, and Anthony, that's the Model Train Outsider. Check out his channel. He does a live from his train room every Friday at 8 o'clock UK time. He is actually in Toledo in the States, he runs Markland German trains, and he has a few British trains as well running. It says the Markland 29124 is a pretty good starter set with Christmas theme. We're saying goodbye to Anthony. I might get a Bachman Thomas to put on the rolling road and freak everyone out with the eyes. Have you seen the, which show was it I was at this year? I think it was the Enniskillen show. And they had like the plastic Thomas play trains, and they had the big sort of Thomas and Percy that the Thomas goes into. And the Percy's eyes were missing, and it was just two black holes, and it looked like the freakiest, scariest thing. It was like, oh, Percy's seen stuff. If you like Stilton but consider it a bit too strong, try Shropshire Blue, nice and mild. Flymo Chairman 1, that says Rusty saying to Flymo, not the 18. I do have a couple of Macs, but I like the peated stuff, to be honest. Of my 99 bottles here, the best are peated ones. Ardbeg tends to be my number one go-to, and then a Rogue, then Taskier. See, I don't like the peated scotches. Vince A75025, good evening Vince, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream, hope you're keeping well. I've discovered girls in cars, but I know nothing about either, so I'm sticking to trains. Yeah, I didn't know anything about girls or cars, but the fun is in learning. I'm sure my G-gauge Thomas has a mind of his own. I can turn off the controller and he still moves. You've got a haunted Thomas there, Kieran. Brian, you're right. I have high cholesterol. It'll be empty in a few years' time. Yeah, you're very welcome to pop in anytime, Vince. That's near Cincinnati in Ohio. I wonder if the Hornby battery Christmas set will run on regular. I know the play train stuff was designed to be 00, wasn't it? Whether their new Christmas one is, I don't know. Brian, I fancy being undertakers. You never be out of business. Oh. I used to see running model trains, very restful. Yeah, it is. It's nice to sit here and just watch them going around. It's like, you know, I used to have a fish tank and it was nice watching the fish. Just watching the trains is just the same. It's just when they stop working or one derails and you're running to get at it before it takes a dive off your layout. That's the stressful bit. Tom, I used to think Shropshire Blue was a breed of pig. Oh, there's Simon with the puns. Dead exciting job that. Shropshire Blue looks like a yellow gorgonzola. Got some nice Irish as well. Really nice Dunville PX cast 12-year-old. See, but my favourite toddy is Jameson Crested 10. That would be my go-to whiskey. Just ordered Holly another fibre optic Christmas tree. Huh. The Crumb says part of the play trains range will shake up their crappy 5 Thomas stuff that didn't sell. Brian Simon is typical British, keeping a stiff upper lip. Oh dear. All can fit on 6.5 code 100 track, presumably also through points. Oh, there's the link for the moderators. Oh, thanks, Flymo. It's also pinned to the top of the chat there. It's an annual thing we have to celebrate our moderators that help us in the live chats, in the live streams. Vote for your number one moderator. It would be the only job, though, Brian, that you would still be at work even when you depart. Camera 3 now gone sideways. Oh, that means the battery's gone flat. Yeah, when it goes sideways, it means, yeah, I'll just leave that one off for now. When it goes sideways, it means it's dying, and then, boom, it's gone. So, that's the end of that camera for the evening. It was on about 52%, so it didn't quite make it through 2 hours. Stop talking about whiskey. I've got 2 more days of antibiotics. This is torture. I remember saying that I was on antibiotics to a doctor once. Because there's that thing that you can't drink when you're on antibiotics. And the doctor said that's not true. He said there is 2 types of antibiotics that you can't drink when you're on them. And he said if you were on those antibiotics, you'd be in no fit state to drink anyway. So I said, oh, fine. Not I'm a big drinker, and when I got hammered straight away. But apparently the doctor said, no, it's one of those misconceptions that you shouldn't drink when you're on antibiotics. We fell over in the bottom left. John, that's been dedicated to your job. My neck is hurting. I turn to the cameras. Kieran says, on your W1, might get one and use it as a Christmas tree train so my cats can destroy any of my detailed lookers. Yeah, camera 3's had enough of your puns and disappeared. Yeah, that's right, Simon. I'm thinking of the overtime. It's quite a collection. I don't drink often, but I do like a single malt. The way I pour it, I only need one. Yeah, I'd be the same, Flymo. I don't actually drink that often because usually I'm running kids around and driving, and so I'm not a very big drinker. If I got through a whole bottle of whiskey in a year, that would have been a busy year. I can't have an actual Christmas tree because my cat would start living in it for a few months. R.I.P. camera 3. I think it broke. And when I go sideways, usually I'm just tired, but I suppose I'm more dramatic than Cam 3. DRMJ, good evening, welcome. I'm taking the carriageway out and saying that all of you moderators are excellent. Sadly, I've got the no fit state ones. Oh, okay. Dioxylin is the one that folks react to with drink. All right. Rusty's done his voting. Well done. Thank you very much. Hi at HHS. We're heading out. Have a nice weekend, though. Okay. Hi. Catch you again. Well, one vote per form, but as many forms as you want to enter. So there you go. Marchurst Junction, same here, Mark. I'm a dad's taxi. Oh, didn't I see, reminds me, didn't I see a post, Andy? Did you become a grandfather? I hope I'm right now and I just haven't insulted Andy. No, you can't vote for me. Yes, Timber is the winner last year, so because he won last year, you can't vote for him this year. Well, you can vote for him, but it just won't be counted. Start turning on. And there's a link to High's channel. Go and check him out. Rusty says, well, no kids, don't need to drive an hour, and running trains might be interesting. I typically only drink when someone wants one, but someone mentioned Rogue, so I had to have one. Any excuse. Stanhover Model Railway, good evening, Captain Static. Sorry that I haven't been in streams. No problem, Mark. It's not always easy to make these streams, but I hope you're keeping well, mate. I hope the missus as well. Yes, mate. Well, congratulations, Andy. I'm wondering how long it will be before I'm in that club as well. Don't vote for Charlie, he has a pocket finger problem. Captain Bus Anchor, yes. Oh, you've got 4 grandchildren now, all right, okay. Arnville, many years ago, about 30 years ago, my mum went to a work party, had a sherry in one glass. She came home a bit drunk. I asked how many did she have? Just 1 glass. They kept filling it up. Years ago, I was down in Kerry. We were down there for Christmas. This is when my grandmother was alive, and we were staying with her for Christmas. And she was having a few sherries. And the next day, she woke up and she wasn't feeling very well. She said, I've got a headache, I don't feel very well. And we said, Nan, you've got a hangover, you were drinking yesterday. I wasn't drinking, I was only drinking sherry. It's like, yeah, but you drank a bottle of it. God rest her. Sadly, she's no more. I now raise a sherry glass to her. Yeah. Yeah, I think of my, again, saying that it's this time of year when we start missing the people who've been in our lives and are no longer there. Christmas is a difficult time, which is why I think I'll do maybe half an hour at Christmas Day, the usual time, just for those people who might be alone at Christmas, so I can just... I don't know if they would look forward to seeing me on Christmas Day, I'm not sure, but... Donegal Kerry, must have been some accent on her. Well, you see, my grandmother was from Kerry. She was actually Limerick. She was just born just the other side of the border from Kerry, like within a stone's throw of the Kerry border, but she ended up living in Kerry. And my grandfather was from Donegal, and they met in Dublin, and she moved to Donegal and lived in Donegal, and then unfortunately my grandfather passed away when my dad was quite young, so I never knew the man, and my dad hardly knew his dad, and then she moved to Kerry. There was a pub in Fishguard which was cash only. Went into the pub with friends with a tab. Last person paid for all the drinks. Next day I paid for her breakfast as a friendly gesture since she paid for my drink. Went to the pub the next night with cash. Found out my drink only cost $1.80 while I paid at least a tenner for her sausage sandwich and drink for breakfast. It's the thought that counts, Simon. Oh, Leslie's heading off now. Okay, Leslie, take care. Alan Reynolds, Buckler Junction. Good evening. Welcome to the stream, Alan. Hope you're keeping well. Sorry, I have been in the pub all day. That's nothing wrong with that. Wishing to say hello to all and one. Sorry, to one and all. No problem, Alan. You're very welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well. All our relatives did it right. God bless them all. Yeah. Had a mate who used to order just one drink, a pint of vodka, lime and lemonade. Oh. My mum would take a glass of sherry at New Year's and that was it. Ah. Yeah, Rusty, I wasn't sure whether you were saying to all our pissed relatives, but it was past. Sorry, that makes more sense now. So Mark Stanover Motor Railway to Chris 56. I will reply back to you as soon as I can, but I think that there is 8 coaches altogether. Not sure if they're exact types, as I haven't come across all the boxes yet. Timber Seth, as a kid, I was not allowed the trifle at my sister-in-law's Xmas meal, as the lady used to use a whole bottle of sherry in it. Wow. There's a link to the Sim Railway bloke. Thank you, Flymo. My nan also put sherry in the trifle too. Apparently, when I was younger, 2 or 3, there was a largest type coffee table with a big tablecloth on it, and they found me under that coffee table, pulled all the tablecloth around so you couldn't see me, asleep with a bottle of sherry. They said I was about 2 or 3 when that happened. So, and they weren't sure how much I drank because they'd been using the sherry for trifles and cooking, so I wasn't sure. I still like sherry. All right, Flymo's put up the link for Leslie's channel there. Do check him out. He does some great videos of being out in Carlisle, all the trains up around there. Ernville, my dear mum used to come to stay at mine for Christmas for years. After she has gone, I now go stay at my sister's, her bloke, and that pirate. Tim observed, my only experience with underage drinking so far, taking a slug of a cocktail I thought was mixed cordials. You know when you mix the blackcurrant and orange, was wine and orange juice. Ugh. There's the link to Captain Static, Stanover Motor Railways channel. Check it out. Same family do. Grandad had a low chair and put his whiskey on the floor. By the end of the night, their dog was a bit drunk as he'd been helping himself. Rusty tracks are away. When my cousin and I were kids in England, we used to go around the room and drink all of the bits of booze at the bottom of the glasses we got. I did that as well once in our local pub. I was in there with my dad and I had the glass of Coke, but I kept going around everyone's little slops that were left, pouring it into my Coke, and ended up very drunk. And it was then they figured out why was I staggering around. Yeah, when I got home, my dad was in trouble. Because I was only about 5 or 6, I think. So there, Captain Static, that's Mark Standard from Motorola. Just let anyone know who's interested. I will hopefully be back to making some more YouTube videos soon. Just need a little bit more free time first. Yeah, anybody who does YouTube know it's such a time vampire. You spend so much time making videos. Like the video that's out this week, it probably took me 3 evenings to do, between doing the work, filming, and then editing it. It's say up for channel members at the moment, and it'll be out to everyone else on Saturday. So Charlie went to Paynton for a summer camp. A bunch of us ended up in a country pub. I had a pint of lager. I was 15. I think we've probably all done that. Fly mode to you. You and the parrot get on better than her and her fella Aaron. John Holly, look forward to it, Mark. You'd be missed. Just post when you can, as it's a hobby at the end of the day, not a full-time job. I understand life gets in the way sometimes. Yeah, like I was saying, like trying to do YouTube. Anybody who doesn't do YouTube, the easiest way I say it is, when you watch a YouTube video, for every minute you watch, that's probably taken an hour of production between filming, editing, and getting everything ready and uploading it to YouTube. So it's very time consuming. You do get a little bit quicker the more you do it. You learn how to do things a bit quicker, but it still takes a lot of time. Oh, excuse me. It was an annual event for us. Danny RW, Danny Godadra, the impression I'm getting is that you don't drink now because you were a severe alcoholic as a young child. Maybe that's it, yeah. I used to get the whiskey and sugar if I couldn't sleep. Can't remember much after that. I slept, I guess. I used to get whiskey if I teething. If you had sore gums, you used to get whiskey rubbed on them. So I had sore gums all the time. In fact, I can feel some sore gums now. I might just go and get some whiskey. Yeah, as Rusty says there, Fly Mountain to this day, you still use that excuse. Kieran says he's going to have a video or two out in the next few weeks. Scott Wood says, technically anyone over 5 years old is allowed to consume alcohol. You just aren't allowed to purchase it or buy it for some under 18. Yeah. The laws vary different depending on where you are, whether you're in Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England. Like in the US, you can't buy alcohol till you're 21, which is mad because you can vote when you're 18, can't you? Simon says, well, it goes down well, and the spoon got larger. Yeah, well, you get to see my failures when I go live or record. Well, actually, the video I put out, you get to see one of my failures. Well, it's not a massive failure. It's where I was cleaning the track and didn't stop the trains, and it crashed into my hand, and then there was a derailment, and it just went downhill from there. Aaronville, apparently this parrot squawks for attention from me as he's bonded to me when I looked after him for 2 weeks. He attacks my sister and her bloke when I'm gone. He is quiet and watches movies with them. Timber Surf, at the age of about 7, me and my mate were left to wander all day in summer as our mums worked in a shop. We found a message in a bottle in the sea. No message but stoppered. It was half full of sherry. We drank the contents and were violently sick shortly after. Let's just say I don't like sherry now. My God, you found a bottle that was half full and you started drinking it. Not beating the alcoholism with allegations, good God. Aaronville, parrots say hello, goodbye, and night night, and whistles when trying to hide in his cage. I was given gripe water when I was a baby, about as strong as beer apparently, explains a lot. Yeah, the gripe water you get now is no alcohol in it. It's no crack at all. It's been many years, as Mark says. Whiskey for the gums is the only reason I was allowed a bottle in the house while I was still with the kids. And you can go to war at 18. Yeah. If Lionel Chairman says separate bars in Canada for liquors and beers, if I remember right. Yeah, I remember that when I was in the States. You'd go to some bars and they would only sell beers. They didn't have like a hard liquor license, as they would call it. And they were like, I remember one place that was classed as a sports bar. There was TVs everywhere showing all different sports. And you could only get beer. And I remember getting pictures of beer there, and it was like, this is the weakest stuff I've ever drank. Had no idea what we drank. I was in my 30s and offered to share at an access party. Only did I twig what we drank. Oh, God. Yeah, I saw a video of a Vietnam veteran made a point that if you can drink at 18, surely you're a child, so you can't be sent off to war as a child in America. Mad. My little brother took my granddad. He said to my dad he had filled his glass. My brother had drunk it. I do regularly remember it. There's a link to the train set shop. Don't forget to check it out. They're putting new stock up. Rusty Tracks, Fly Material 1. We're getting more civilized now. Can buy beer and wine in the grocery shops now. Still have to go to the Ontario government-controlled liquor store though side to buy the good stuff. Separate sales orders, but updated. Same way now. You can buy beer and wine in grocery stores. Mick says, when I was in the army for my 21st, I had to drink 21 doubles. When I woke up, I was 22. Rusty says, we do sell beer and liquor in our pubs in Ontario. I hate sports bars. Can't socialise properly. Certain restrictor over there, I found on YouTube ad tonight that you can get your own tap for beer. Not a bad price here, to be honest. Right, it's coming up to, I may get 5 minutes to 9:30. So I'm going to get going in a few minutes, finish at 9:30. Been going for almost 2 hours tonight. And my tummy is rumbling. I need to go and get something to eat. Find out what's left in the kitchen. As Timber says, it was a fancy bottle with cork bung, probably lost overboard in the 1800s, probably would be 30 grand for all I know. There's a link to Timber Surf's channel, do check him out. Timber Surf has got a lot of useful videos on his channel. Right, down to the 3 cameras, still got everything running. Right, everyone's saying goodnight, so thanks for coming, guys. Enjoy these Thursday nights. As I say, I probably will do half an hour Christmas Day. I might have got something train-wise I can have a play with. I doubt it, because I've asked for other things this year for Christmas, not train-related. That's some stuff I need, so I probably won't get much train-related this year, but you never know. So, yep, as I say, thanks for coming in. Video will be out on Saturday. Channel members already got it. It's the finishing off of the weathering on the track. I don't know if you've noticed tonight, but I think it made a big difference to the track. Anybody who's about, there is in around the Belfast area, there is a train show this weekend, Saturday, in Bangor. I think I probably will be going up to that. I'll go up to film it, try and get it edited Saturday night, so that'll be next week's video, because I won't be here to do anything on the layout. I'm away for a few days, having a bit of a break, me and the missus, without any kids, before Christmas. So we'll be away for a few days. I'll be back next Thursday. I'll see you all next Thursday. And I say, anybody who's going to that show, do say hello. And thanks for tuning in, guys. It's a pleasure as always. And enjoy your modelling, whatever you do over the weekend, whether you're drinking or not. So take care, everyone. Enjoy it as always. And I shall speak to you next week. So bye, everyone.